poker zen. What is tilt? You hear that term all the time in poker, and you hear poker players talking about they were on tilt, so they spewed off a lot of chips, or they had a read that their opponent was on tilt, and that influences what decision they made versus that opponent. But what actually is tilt? Tilt is an emotional reaction that that is experienced during poker. Although you will hear about people being on life tilt, this is essentially a poker term, and it's usually in response to the person being a victim of a bad beat or negative variance, and it results in suboptimal decision making in play. So there's two key components when you talk about tilt. The first component is the actual emotional reaction. Anger, frustration, disappointment, depression, whatever those emotions are that you experience after being a victim of a bad beat, being a victim of, your opponent catching that one outer on the river, being a victim of another opponent's really bad play and they quote unquote got lucky and sucked out on you. Whatever your emotional reaction is to that is the first part of the tilt equation. But the second part of the equation is that it results in suboptimal decision making. So if you were to say experience a flash of anger as a result of a bad beat, but you had enough experience that you didn't allow it to impact your play, then you wouldn't be said to be on tilt. You certainly experienced an emotion that a lot of people would identify as being on tilt. But if you're not allowing it to affect your play, if you have the mental tools necessary to experience the emotion but not allow it to affect your decision making, then we wouldn't say you're on tilt. So that's the second component of the tilt equation. The emotion, and then that emotion affecting your rational EV decision making capabilities. So why does